What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Monkey Stream. I'm here with Monkey, as always. Say hi, Monkey.
Hi, guys.
And Scribe. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Okay.
What?
News stories.
News stories?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want first? You want serious? You want silly? What do you want?
Serious.
Okay, well, let's see. The first one I have deals with NAFTA. Do you like NAFTA? Hey, kid, you want some NAFTA? Let's see. So this is from CNN Money, because CNN is so money. President Trump is playing a risky game with two of America's biggest trade relationships, worth a total of $1.2 trillion with a T, dollars. The White House said Wednesday that Trump has decided not to kill NAFTA, the free trade deal with Mexico and Canada, for the time being. Instead, he's going to try to renegotiate it. Trump has repeatedly cast doubt over the deal's future, calling it the worst in history. Quote, "It's been very, very bad for our companies and our workers," he said last week. But it's still unclear exactly what Trump wants from a modified agreement, and with Mexican elections looming next year, time isn't on his side. Here's what's at stake. $584 billion in U.S. exports. Canada buys more goods and services from the U.S. than any other country, $322 billion last year. Mexico isn't far behind with $262 billion. Together, they import significantly more from the U.S. than all 28 countries of the European Union combined, $503 billion. Both Canada and Mexico buy a lot of American cars, machinery, and food. They also sell similar goods to the U.S. Next at stake, 14 million U.S. jobs. There's debate over how many U.S. jobs have been lost to Mexico because of NAFTA. The Economic Policy Institute puts the number at about 800,000 between 1997 and 2013, but a nonpartisan report by Congress published in 2015 found, quote, "NAFTA did not cause the huge job losses feared by the critics." Let's see.
Shit.
And then the last thing at risk, companies' business models. Signed into law in 1994, NAFTA essentially eliminated almost all tariffs among the three nations, allowing for the seamless flow of goods and supplies across borders. For companies across North America and beyond, it's a fact of life. Billions of dollars of goods move across the country's borders every day. If NAFTA is renegotiated, supply chains in sectors such as clothing and autos could be thrown into disarray. The end. So there you go. That's NAFTA news. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it because nothing's actually happened yet, but yeah.
Well, it's nothing that he didn't say on the campaign trail. He said he was either going to get rid of it or renegotiate it.
Right.
That's what he said. So, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Trade with Mexico is a good idea because it's like, we're trading with a third world country essentially, which puts us in Canada at an incredible disadvantage because whiteys have, we require money for stuff and they'll pay Mexicans in dirt. So
what?
Well,
it's true.
Yeah. A lot of companies move south of the border because of NAFTA.
Oh, I see what
their fucking report says.
Yeah, because you can essentially pay Mexicans nothing.
Right.
Whereas you can't pay Americans and Canadians nothing. You have to pay them in money.
Right.
So
well, Canadians and Canadian money, but it's still money.
It's not thank you, Point. It's not free trade between us and Mexico is pretty.
Speaking of Canadian money, thanks, Point.
I have no problem with the free trade agreement with Canada.
Neither do I, but that's because it's Canada.
Yeah, a free trade agreement with Mexico is just dumb. There's no other word for it. It's just dumb. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on. So, kind of a confusing story. You remember Michael Flynn, the former national security advisor?
Yes.
So, I'm going to read the story. I don't quite understand, but apparently, the Trump is blaming Obama for Flynn not being vetted.
What now?
Okay. Former national... I don't know. That's why I'm kind of confused. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn was warned by the Defense Intelligence Agency in 2014 against accepting foreign payments as he entered retirement, according to new documents obtained by the House Oversight Committee. The Inspector General of the Department of Defense also opened an investigation of Flynn earlier this month, according to an April 11th letter released by Democrats on the Oversight Committee Thursday. Quote, these documents raise grave questions about why General Flynn concealed the payments he received from foreign sources after he was warned explicitly by the Pentagon, said Representative Elijah Cummings, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee. Our next step is to get the documents we are seeking from the White House so we can complete our investigation. I think, okay. The news comes 2 days after Cummings and House Oversight Chairman Jason Chaffetz said Flynn may have broken the law by not disclosing payments he received from RTTV, a station widely considered to be a propaganda arm of the Russian government. Chaffetz also sent a letter Thursday to the acting Secretary of the Army asking for a final determination as to whether Flynn violated the law. Okay, so why was this headlined as Obama's fault? Okay, Spicer, in defense of the way Flynn was vetted, stood behind the fact that his clearances were approved under the Obama administration, not acknowledging that Trump was the one who decided to bring him into the administration. Right. It's like, great, you still have to vet your people, even if, especially if they're coming from the other administration. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fucking retarded. I mean,
yeah. I hate to tell you this, but it's like, oh, well, Obama says he's cool. Oh, well, we'll just let him in without asking any questions. Oh, sounds good. No, that's more bullshit.
That was silly.
And that's basically the story. It just goes on for a bunch of other gobbledygook about the proceedings and such.
I'm sorry, what?
Gobbledygook? You've never heard of gobbledygook?
I have.
Okay. It's not quite a snoochadoodle, but, you know.
They didn't have that when she was growing up.
I would hope that kind of sounds like something that would come out of a disease snoochadoodle.
Oh.
You're welcome.
What we got, and now we get into some of the more ridiculous news stories. How about Dear White People, the Netflix series?
Yes.
I have a review of it from someone who is certainly not in the tank for making it sound like it's awesome. It might be awesome. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But
have you seen the newer trailer that they've done for it?
I have not. No,
I haven't either.
Was it better?
It's much better, and it actually makes it sound. When this first came out, a lot of people pointed out that it was based on the movie.
Yeah,
and the movie wasn't as SJW as it sounds. The newest previews for it actually make it look like that. Like the phone call that she has that you see in the first trailer they did. It ends with the guy going, "But I'm black," which really takes the steam out of everything she had just said. And it actually looks really interesting. So
okay,
I'm interested to hear this review, and I will be watching that one because it actually looks kind of funny too.
Okay. Because as far as the movie's concerned, I looked at Gabrielle. His movie review of Dear White People was amazing, and that always kind of makes me laugh. But okay, so this is from CNN. Let's see, and who's the reviewer, if it matters? Brian Lowry, whoever that is. Dear White People works perfectly as a half-hour series providing a sharp look at African-American students at a predominantly white Ivy League university while creating an assortment of appealing, well-defined personalities. Making the jump from 2014 movie to TV show, the Netflix show passes the test of juggling relevance and entertainment with flying colors.
So, yeah, flying colors.
Indeed, the timing seems especially good for the series as people still grapple with the aftermath of the Obama administration and the vision of a post-racial America. Here, race is very much a part of everyday life, as the black students are keenly aware of their minority status, and yes, that includes some discussion about whether the more politically minded among them might need to lighten up a bit. Moving back and forth in time and alternating its perspective to different characters from episode to episode, the program derives its name from a radio show hosted by Sam, a campus activist who chafes at the slights from even her well-meaning white classmates. Narrated by Giancarlo Esposito, who was Gus Fring, for those of you who don't know him on Breaking Bad, Sam is described as, quote, one of the few black voices in this mostly white place. Said place being Winchester University, whose hallowed halls are populated by plenty of privileged legacies. Irritation towards Sam's on-air lectures leads the white leaders of a student publication to host a Dear Black People party, an event with multiple twists whose repercussions unfold across several episodes. Dear White People examines the black college experience from various angles, owing a debt to Spike Lee's School Days in exploring not just the friction with whites, but schisms within the community itself. That includes the familiar light-skin, dark-skin debate, with a classmate telling Sam, "You're not Rashida Jones biracial, you're Tracy Ellis Ross biracial." I don't even know what that means. Created by the movie's director, Justin Simeon, the show is also occasionally quite funny, including the students assembling to hate watch a hilarious Scandal spoof where the African-American aide to the president keeps falling into bed with him. Although the characters fall into types, they quickly carve out their own personalities and stories, from the closeted gay kid to the ambitious student body president who shudders under the weight of expectations. If there's a major drawback to the series, it's the too broad depiction of some white characters, another throwback to Lee's early films. While the show delivers its strength from offering a multifaceted, fleshed-out approach to how blacks feel marginalized in this environment, turning the whites into straw men undermines the depth that the writing exhibits on other fronts. Still, like the best serialized dramas, the show becomes more absorbing as the episodes pile up, with perhaps the best installment notably directed by Barry Jenkins, coming off his Oscar win for Moonlight. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like I said, and Bloodwing said it in the chat too. The new trailer makes it look more like a parody of SJWs, like they're taking the shit out of them. I'm interested to see how it actually plays out.
Yeah, same.
Right. Okay, I've got Women Against Trump again.
Oh dear Lord!
If anybody needs to hear that,
bitches some chocolate.
Let's see. While the world is focusing this weekend on the end of the first 100 days of Donald Trump's presidency, there's a more vital milestone to mark. By the way, this is an op-ed. The more vital milestone to mark. This Sunday marks 100 days since the Women's March.
Who wrote
Dun,
this shit?
dun, dun. I don't care.
And as we explore that big question of how not just to re-energize the Democratic Party, but how to expand our base, we have an answer. It has been provided by the earliest days of the Trump administration. Look to American women to lead the charge.
Why?
The organizers of the Women's March deserve credit for tapping into something, a nervous energy, a need to do something, feelings of guilt among some who didn't vote, didn't donate, didn't volunteer. But now we are moving forward. And it is the women who have become citizen activists since the election who deserve credit. They have been the backbone of the resistance, and that should scare the heck out of the Trump team. Like what? What are you planning on doing? Storming the White House?
Okay, if bitches could organize anything, they'd already be in charge because there's more of them than us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to keep calling them bitches. I'm just doing that for the Women's March people. The rest of you ladies are great. I love you.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure, monkey.
I'm kind of lean back here.
This is interesting. So far this year, Emily's List, an organization that supports Democratic women candidates who support abortion, says it has heard from 11,000 female candidates expressing interest in running for office in 2018. Heard from them how on Twitter? Last year, it heard from 900 such women. Women have organized postcard writing campaigns against nominations, such as that.
Postcard.
Such.
Not even letters.
What the? Okay, maybe my English major is making me have an aneurysm here. Women have organized postcard writing campaigns against nominations, such that of Education Secretary. How about such as that?
Such as, yeah.
Good God. Okay. Anyway, Education Secretary.
Yeah, they did it fucked up.
Yeah, this is it's an op-ed, so it's all the author's fault. Betsy DeVos, is it DeVos or DeVos? DeVos. And sent countless letters to the editor after the reinstatement and expansion of the global gag rule, which restricts aid to women's and men's health organizations around the world. Well, at least it was gender equality.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
That's not what it does. That is not what it does.
That's what this person has said.
Well, that's the wrong thing.
They didn't even mention the letters put in the giant purple pussy and sent off to Trump. I mean, obviously,
maybe they aborted them.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't Mogul?
I'm sorry, but like postcard campaign, you can't even write fucking letters. This is why women aren't in charge.
Wait till they get to the telegraph campaign.
Let's see. Oh God, yeah, Western Union on the way. Pony Express. Let's see. Women showed up at a town hall. Oh, for fuck's sake!
What?
Women showed up at a town hall meetings.
come on.
To question their members of Congress, including Senator Dean Heller of Nevada and recently Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona, about plans to, quote-unquote, defund Planned Parenthood, a move that could leave women across the country with nowhere to turn for essential reproductive health care. They expressed outrage when Vice President Mike Pence cast the tie-breaking vote to allow the Republican Senate to undermine access to birth control through the Title X family planning program. This move would let states cut off funding to any organization that provides abortion services, even though federal money has not covered abortion services for more than 40 years.
So then why would it be an issue?
They do that symbolically a lot. I mean, there's in the last several years, there's been lots of motions to ensure that federal funds are not used for abortion. And they always make this point, even though federal funds can't be. But they still like they have to restate it just to remind people we're against abortion. Is kind of the GOP line from time to time.
Yeah, but if it's just a formality thing, then I don't get why they give a shit. Because nothing's actually changing.
Well, no, it's symbolic. It's to remind people that, you know, we're on the virtuous side of the argument.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying, like, from the feminist perspective, if nothing's changing, why do they care?
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Because they're a bunch of pissed off women. It doesn't have to make sense.
Oh.
Let's see. While the prospect of electing the first female president didn't get enough women to vote the way many of us anticipated, the systematic, I got that right from effort by the Trump team to roll back protections for women's health, for equality in the workplace, and for women's economic empowerment has done the trick.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Tell me more about what they did to do all that. I mean, the Planned Parenthood thing, yeah, okay, legit. That's probably something that they might want to reconsider, given the fact that they do things other than just abortions. Unfortunately, many politicians still fail to recognize how issues such as access to birth control, the right to choose to have an abortion, and equal pay connect to economic prosperity for women. They're often treated like topics that should be discussed in a once-a-year holiday dedicated to women. No, they're discussed all the time, like you're doing right now. I don't know what to tell you. People are talking about these things all the time. Look at YouTube. Just watch YouTube for a while. This is talked about all the time.
Yeah, no, but it's not talked about ever because we say so.
Oh, okay.
We'll get back to that when we talk about your video, because I really want to talk about your video.
My video?
No, Scribes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
The points that I want to make, I'll address your video, so I want to save them for that. But
okay.
I do want to say this is a load of shit.
I'll read one more paragraph out of
Monkey,
this.
did you watch my video?
I did.
Okay.
Thank you, Point.
Oh, Point.
Yeah, thank you, Point.
Point, give us more Canadian money.
Yeah.
Yay, $5. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, could a demi-queer or gender-fluid president happen in 2020? Anything's possible. After Trump, anything's possible, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. The last paragraph I'll read is, the truth is we are not going to have more women in the boardroom, more women running for office, and more women running national organizations if we make it harder for women to choose what medical care they receive and when they have children. Women know this very well because, yes, you are being told when you can have children. That's how this is working right now. This is the Handmaid's Tale. You're living in the Handmaid's Tale, aren't you? Okay. Anyway, that's all I'll read today. This goes on for another like 3 pages, so I'm not going to do that.
It just no. Okay. No matter where you stand on abortion has nothing to do with whether or not you have a child or get pregnant.
Thank you, Nick.
That is entirely up to when you open your legs and how much you take care of that beforehand. You have all the say in the fucking world.
Monkey, do you want to read Nick's thing?
Oh, let me see. I was staring up at the ceiling yelling, "Thank you, Nick. There was a man from..."
I'm not reading that.
Yeah, I'll do it. I can do this without even reading it. There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "If my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it." I love that. I've known that since I was like 10.
Yes, that is a wonderful little limerick.
I had a whole joke book of... Sorry, Mrs. Monkey's dying.
What'd you do to her?
Learn to breathe.
Choked her a little too hard.
Lady Monkey doesn't know how to breathe? Did she miss that day in kindergarten?
She did.
Oh my God.
You all right, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, she's better.
Okay. Speaking of reproductive stuff, I have a fuller story on the whole taking a condom off during sex deal.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a let's see. The headline is, some call it stealthing, others call it sexual assault. Some people call it stealthing, a practice where men secretly remove or damage condoms without their partner's knowledge. Others call it sexual assault. But giving it an official name could be a major support for survivors of sexual assault, many of whom face an uphill battle in the legal system, according to an article in the Columbia Journal of Gender and Law. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. Taking action may also add a new layer to the ongoing discussion about consent and sexual assault, the author said. Quote, I worry that victims of stealthing might struggle in court using current laws, said Alexandra Brodsky, who authored the article when she was a student at Yale Law School. Uh-oh. She is currently a fellow at the National Women's Law Center. Survivors of sexual assault may face a number of quote-unquote myths and biases in court, Brodsky said. For example, jurors may refuse to see a crime as serious or simply not believe the victim in cases where the victim has had a relationship with an alleged rapist or when their prior sexual activity is called into question. In her article, Brodsky advocates for new civil law that would specifically name the practice stealthing, I'm assuming, in order to hopefully cut through some of those biases and provide a clear legal path for victims. I'd never heard of this before. How common is it?
Do women have any idea how much this is going to fuck them?
Let's see. The National Sexual Assault Hotline has received calls about stealthing, according to Brian P. How many? Just receiving calls, like how often is this? Brian Pinero, Vice President of Victim Services for the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, which operates a hotline. Quote, if someone's a victim, it's not their job to prove something.
Yes, it is.
Actually, that's how the legal system works.
That's how that works. Yeah.
Wait, Monkey, why would this fuck women?
Because all any man ever has to do from here on is say that the woman messed with his condom.
Yep. It's always going to come down to a he said, she said, unless you've got some kind of proof otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone's a victim, it's not their job to prove something, said Pinero. It's our job to receive that person and then treat them with dignity and with respect. Well, sure, but as long as you're not going into listen and believe territory when it comes to accusations or the criminal justice system.
Sure that a crime actually occurred is not treating, doesn't mean you have to treat somebody like crap.
Right.
I mean, if you can't investigate a crime without treating somebody like shit, then maybe you shouldn't be investigating something and we should get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, if you come up to it, I mean, regardless of what the crime is, if you're investigating a crime and you're interviewing the victim, there's no reason why you can't be respectful, but you also need to gather evidence in order to effect an investigation and potentially a prosecution. Right. And unfortunately, rape is one of those crimes where it is exceedingly difficult to prove, short of there being physical trauma, some other kind of evidence otherwise that would tend to show that this was a unwanted sexual encounter. And that is, unfortunately, the burden put onto the victim claiming the crime. That's how it works. It's impossible to say how stealthing might be, Pinero said. Might be?
Might be what?
Sorry. It's impossible to say how common stealthing might be. Sorry, that was my mistake. Well, if it's impossible to say how common it is, then how do you know it's a problem? I mean, a statistical problem.
Well, the same way we can know 97% of rapes aren't reported, or 90. Whatever the fuck it is.
The thing is, the weird thing about that is because they're always like, well, they called our hotline, so I'm like, so they reported it?
Well, if you live in that kind of echo chamber where all you're hearing all the time is reports of sexual assault, you might get a sort of a skewed view of reality. Okay, but here's where we actually get to kind of what we were talking about last night. What is certain, he said, is that it is clearly a breach of consent. Quote, you only consent to however far you want to go, he said, adding that people can suffer real psychological and physical harms after having something like that happen to them. I agree. These harms may include sexually transmitted infections, yes, unwanted pregnancy, yes, and emotional distress, yes, that's true. If you think that possibly you might be infected, especially since some sexually transmitted diseases take an incubation time of months before they actually show up on a test. The emotional distress can be especially difficult for people who've experienced sexual assault in the past. I don't disagree with that assessment of what doing that to someone might entail. I could see that. I mean,
I don't disagree with it either. I think it's awful to do that to somebody.
Can I just throw this out there?
Yep.
My favorite movie of all time, I've mentioned this many times, An Officer and a Gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
In that movie, they talk about women purposefully getting pregnant against the guy's will, doing things like putting holes in condoms.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always just called trapping. Never once was that considered sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's happening to women, suddenly it's this huge deal. It's horrible. It's shitty no matter who's doing it.
I mean, I think it should be the same if it happens to men.
Yeah, but why is it only an issue now? Because this has literally been going on for
Has this not been
decades.
An issue? Because I've heard about it being an issue the other way around before. This is the first time I've heard it. Men perpetrating it on women. I've heard it a bunch of times.
Woman getting prosecuted for sexual assault because of it?
No, I haven't. But I also haven't heard of a man getting actually prosecuted.
Well, I can speak to that. Later on in the article, there is no record that a U.S. court has ever been asked to review a case of non-consensual condom removal, according to the journal article. But Brodsky noted that she has heard of criminal cases in several foreign countries like Switzerland and Canada that have prosecuted men who have removed or broken condoms unbeknownst to their partners. The issue came up in the extradition case and rape allegations lodged at WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. The president of the UK's Queen's Bench Division said that removing or tearing a condom without a partner's consent would violate a 2003 law. Quote, it would plainly be open to a jury to hold that, if the victim had made clear that she would only consent to sexual intercourse if Mr. Assange used a condom, then there would be no consent if, without her consent, he did not use a condom or removed or tore the condom. And that's apparently the basis upon which he's been charged with sexual assault. But Brodsky said these criminal cases are very different from what her article covers, a civil route or a means to sue in the U.S. where state laws may differ in how they treat sexual assault. Let's see. That's pretty much all the relevant stuff.
Okay.
But see, my point being there, I mean, we know this has been happening for a long time, and the first time I've ever heard about criminalizing it is now that men are doing it.
Well, how could it not be men that have been doing it if it's dealing with taking off a condom without the partner knowing?
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've heard of people criminalizing it when women do it too.
When? I've never heard of a woman being accused of
not like actually, but I've heard of people wanting to criminalize women doing that.
Well, not using, so like saying that you're on the pill and not actually being on the pill.
Or,
that's the closest thing I could think of on the other side of the equation.
Or breaking a condom without telling your partner to get yourself pregnant.
Yeah, if you sabotage the condom without your partner's knowledge.
I've heard of people saying that should be criminalized when women do it.
Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily disagree either, because if this is illegal, then the reverse is just as true if whoever's doing it. Yeah, because if you're consenting as a man to have sex with someone and you use a condom specifically because you don't want to get her pregnant and you don't want to catch any diseases, and then they go around and sabotage that, then you're having, effectively, with the condom now exposed, you're having exposed sexual intercourse without consent.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's all there is to that story. Now I have, let me make sure I get our viewer's name right here, because they sent me this story to specifically read on the air. This is from, where'd you go? This is from Jack Cochran. Jack Cochran thought we should take a look at this story. This is from the Daily Mail, but it's a story that's out of Ohio. Ohio man requests police dog to search for stolen heroin in bizarre 911 call.
Oh my God.
An Ohio man called 911 requesting a police dog to help track down heroin he claimed was stolen from him. Joseph Murphy, 20, asked the dispatcher for a police dog in January and later pulled a, quote, brown waxy substance from his pockets when responding officers pressed him about the drug. Bath Police Chief Mike McNeely said it's among the most bizarre things he's heard in 4 decades of policing. In the audio clip released this week, Murphy requested a police dog and said, quote, "She stole heroin from me," when the dispatcher asked what was going on. Body cameras on the responding police officers showed Murphy trying to explain that a woman stole money from him. But when the police officers asked about the heroin he mentioned in the 911 call, Murphy mumbled inexplicably. He later pulled out a brown waxy substance, which was seized and sent to a lab for testing. McNeely says Murphy, who was released pending the test results, is expected to face a drug charge. The 20-year-old was later arrested for operating a vehicle impaired after he crashed a Mercedes. His blood alcohol level was 0.121.
Damn.
Holy shit, police said. Well over the limit of 0.08. No shit. Yeah. Holy cow. Murphy was also accused of urinating on a Florida trooper's leg at the Walt Disney Resort on January 2nd after he was arrested for disorderly intoxication. This guy's a winner, ladies. This guy is an absolute winner. They got pictures of him on the story. Wow, he's just, God, what a catch. What an absolute catch. Okay, so that was...
Unfortunate looking.
Knowing his behavior, yes. He looks like a goof. So thank you, Jack Cochran, for that.
I had a book of funny police stories with just really stupid criminals, and one of them was about this cop who, in full dress uniform, went up to a known drug house, knocked on the door and asked for drugs. And the guy who answered the door said, "You're a cop." And the cop goes, "Yeah, man, but I'm cool." And then the fucker sold him drugs.
Oh, God.
And of course, they busted the whole house. And it's just one of my favorite stories ever, because you could only do that to druggies.
I have the best police story ever, and it's like 2 sentences long. And this is actually famous, at least on the intertubes. It's from many years ago, but it comes from just like the police blotter of some local area or something. Walmart. Police receive a report of a newborn infant found in a trash can. Upon investigation, officers discover it was only a burrito.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
I love that story. I can't ever say it without cracking up. I'll say it again. Police receive a report of a newborn infant found in a trash can. Upon investigation, officers discover it was only a burrito. And you can look that up on the internet. Just look up police infant burrito and you'll find it. It's hilarious. I think that was read on one of Jay Leno's things where he like shows the stories from around the world or the little ads or whatever. Let's see. I have a free speech story. I have a mega church crime story.
Ooh, free speech.
Stop
it.
It's a good thing your speech is free, because I don't think anybody would have paid for that.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, okay. GOP bill would discipline hecklers at college speeches. Madison, Wisconsin. University of Wisconsin students who disrupt speeches and demonstrations could be expelled, and campuses would have to remain neutral on public issue under a bill Republican legislators are pushing this week. The bill comes as free speech issues have grown more contentious on college campuses across the country. Conservatives are worried that right-wing speakers aren't given equal treatment as liberal campus presenters, and some students have complained about free expression fanning racial tensions. In Madison, home to the University of Wisconsin's flagship campus, students shouted down and traded obscene gestures with ex-Breitbart editor and conservative columnist Ben Shapiro during a presentation in November. This week, supporters of conservative commentator Ann Coulter rallied behind her after the University of California, Berkeley canceled her speech, citing concerns that violence could erupt. The bill is based on a model proposal the conservative Arizona-based Goldwater Institute put together to address campus free speech issues. Legislation based on the model has been enacted in Colorado, with others being considered in 5 states, including Michigan, North Carolina, and Virginia, according to the Institute. The lawmakers sponsoring Wisconsin's bill said it represents Republicans' promise to, quote, protect the freedom of expression on college campuses. What is the terms of this thing? Let's see. The legislation would require regents to quickly adopt a policy requiring each campus to remain neutral on current public controversies. It wasn't immediately clear whether the bill would bar chancellors and faculty members from expressing their viewpoints, or if university lobbyist work would be forbidden.
Thank you. Thoughts from the dryer?
Okay, the policy also would have to include a range of disciplinary sanctions for students and faculty who engage in, quote, violent, abusive, indecent, profane, boisterous, obscene, unreasonably loud, or other disorderly conduct that interferes with someone's free speech rights. The bill doesn't define what constitutes any of that behavior.
I get what they're going for here, because when you're trying to watch a speaker and they're being asshats, it's... Yeah. But no, just what you need is the police to do their job, and when they're being disruptive, remove them.
You remove them from the area. You don't expel them.
Yeah, no, there's no reason why they can't just be removed from a private speaking event. There's no reason for that. So there's no reason for this.
Yeah, it's a common thing you do. You hire. I mean, like when Milo was having a couple of his speeches and security didn't do their job.
Yeah,
I mean, it would just be a matter of you take the person, you remove them from the venue, the person continues speaking. This isn't uncommon. This happens all the time, even at like music concerts or like a comedy club. If somebody's being a jerk.
So many people get removed from a concert. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They don't get. I mean, unless they assault somebody in the process or something, they don't get arrested. They don't get put away.
They just need to. They just get removed, and then we can all move on.
Yeah,
that's all that needs to happen. We don't need this crazy bill. We just need security to actually enforce security. That's it.
Yeah, just
don't protect free speech by barring it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So this is ridiculous, because all that needs to happen is that the officers that are being tasked with these events, they actually need to do their jobs, and for whatever reason they haven't been, and that's what really needs to be addressed. Not, we don't need to bar people from saying stuff.
Yeah, or threaten expulsion or disciplinary actions on faculty or students. That's just stupid.
No, that is stupid.
I mean, short of them doing something, I mean, unless in the course of this they do something that would otherwise break either the law or campus policy that would lead to other disciplinary actions in any other format.
Yeah.
Then no, there's no other action needs to be taken other than you just have a guy, take them by the arm, and guide them out of the venue. Because after they've started disrupting a organized presentation or something else, they've said their piece enough that they can get out, and that's it.
Real quick, I noticed in the chat that Monkey said something about deer urine.
Yeah.
Did people not know that you can buy that?
No. Bloodwing said for the protesters you get deer urine, and somebody said, why deer urine? Cat urine's worse. And I was just pointing out the ease of getting deer urine, where cat urine you'd have to collect yourself.
Yeah. Barf.
Monkey Scribe, did you not know that you can buy deer urine?
That's not something I'd ever looked into.
Oh, well.
It's for hunting.
It's a southern thing.
I'm not into those kind of water sports. Let's
not
see.
Those kinds in particular?
Not really in any kinds in particular, but that was a joke. Have you guys ever heard of Benny Hinn? Hinn. The Benny Hinn Ministries. Megachurch. Evangelical. Guy on TV. You never heard of him?
Nope.
I don't know by name, but I'm looking him up.
Yeah, this is H-I-N. This is the guy that at one point told his viewers to put their hands on the television screen, and he would cure them. Oh
God, yes, I know him.
Yeah, and he also cures people by blowing on them on the stage. Like they'll come up and he'll just or something, and somehow that's supposed to cure them. Anyway, there's not much to this story, but it is interesting. Grapevine, Texas. Federal agents descended on the North Texas headquarters of television evangelist Benny Hinn and took boxes out of his office. The search began about 9 a.m. Wednesday at Hinn's headquarters in the Dallas-Fort Worth suburb of Grapevine near Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. According to Hinn's website, he was in Paris. Spokeswoman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Dallas said she was unable to confirm or deny the existence of an investigation. I think if you're raiding the office and taking boxes away, there's an investigation going on.
Yeah, usually.
I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's all the information they'd say. They haven't revealed anything publicly about what's going on or what they're up to. I'm assuming probably there's some kind of financial shenanigans because there's a documentary on YouTube. You can look up Benny Hinn, investigation or documentary or something that from several years ago that looks into his finances, the internal stuff, and all the crazy secrets that go on with how he manages and obtains his money.
Yeah, if they're taking boxes and stuff with a mega church like that, it's almost always embezzlement.
Yeah. I have one story left. After all this, I have one story left.
All right,
It involves, ostensibly the pay gap. But it's interesting. Okay. This is from San Francisco. Court. Employers can pay women less based on past salaries. And again, from San Francisco, employers can legally pay women less than men for the same work based on differences in the workers' previous salaries, a federal appeals court ruled Thursday. A decision by the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals overturned a lower court ruling that said pay differences based exclusively on prior salaries were discriminatory under the Federal Equal Pay Act. That's because women's earlier salaries are likely to be lower than men's because of gender bias, U.S. Magistrate Judge Michael Singh said in a 2015 decision. A 3-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit cited a 1982 ruling by the court that said employers could use previous salary information as long as they applied it reasonably and had a business policy that justified it. Quote, this decision is a step in the wrong direction if we're trying to really ensure that women have work opportunities of equal pay, said Deborah Rode, who teaches gender equality law at Stanford Law School. Oh, Stanford. Stanford, you and I have a history. Oh, Stanford. Quote, you can't allow prior discriminatory salary setting to justify future ones, or you perpetuate the discrimination. You don't know that they were being discriminated against in their previous job.
Nope.
You are not a mind reader. You cannot say that because they were paid X and because they're a woman, they were obviously and automatically discriminated against in their pay.
Unless we're going pre-Kennedy days, back before it was illegal to pay them that way.
Right. And if you can prove that, here's the thing. If you can prove that, then you go to that company and you sue their asses for breaking federal law.
Yeah.
Activists held rallies around the country earlier this month on Equal Pay Day to highlight the wage gap between men and women. Women made, you mean earned, about 80 cents for every dollar men earned. Yeah, you see made on the women's side and then earned for the men. That's interesting. That's interesting, AP. According to U.S. government data. The Ninth Circuit ruling came in a lawsuit by a California school employee, Eileen Rizzo, who learned in 2012 while having lunch with her colleagues that her male counterparts were making more than she was. A message left to Rizzo's lawyer, Dan Siegel, was not immediately returned. Fresno County Public Schools hired Rizzo as a math consultant in 2009 for $63,000 a year. The county had a standard policy that added 5% to her previous pay as a middle school math teacher in Arizona. But that was not enough to meet the minimum salary for her position, so the county bumped her up. The Equal Pay Act, signed into law by President John F. Kennedy in 1963, forbids employers from paying women less than men based on sex for equal work performed under similar working conditions. That's not what happened to this lady.
No.
But it creates exemptions when pay is based on seniority, merit, quantity, or quality of work, or, quote, any other factor other than sex, which this was. They actually paid her more because their equation didn't meet the minimum in California compared to Arizona. So the county argued that basing starting salaries primarily on previous pay prevents subjective determinations of a new employee's value. The 5% bump encourages candidates to leave their positions to work for the county, it said. That sounds entirely reasonable.
No, that sounds like women are being fucked over.
Okay.
They might as well be raping them.
Well, now it will go up, I'm sure, to the Supreme Court. And they will either uphold the Ninth Circuit or send it back down to lower, and that'll be like 6 months to a year from now. And
they'll have to uphold the Ninth Circuit because it's not based on being a woman.
Yeah, unless they're mind readers and can prove there was discrimination, then that is not the problem of the new employer. That's the problem of the previous employer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm done. I got no more stories.
Though, it didn't say anything about their previous work experience.
No, they just talked about the previous salary.
Because previous salary could be based on previous work experience. Somebody who's been in the job for 10 years is likely going to be paid more than somebody who's doing it for 2.
Yeah, that's why you go back to the previous employer and say, okay, explain to us your rationale in doing this. How's your policy with other employees, etc. Unless you can find something that says, because she's got a snooch-a-doodle, she was paid less, you're in the clear. Ta-da!
Yeah. Moronic.
All right. Well, news is done. That was 45 minutes of news.
Who was the story that had all the bad? It was actually an op-ed, but what news source was that from?
Which one?
I don't remember what story it was.
Oh, the women versus Trump one?
Is that the one with all the bad wording?
Yes. It was.
Let me find that link again. 1 second.
I'm just curious.
Hi,
Peter.
Where'd it go? Peter! You better ask your question now because it'll take us that long to get to it by the end of the stream. I gotta go back to my history now because I already closed the window. 1 second.
No, that's fine.
There it is. What'd you want to know?
What site it was from?
Oh, it's from CNN. I'll put the link in the chatty chat.
That makes sense. Okay.
Chatty chat.
My guess was Yahoo, but that makes sense too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So here's the link.
I can't read Yahoo anymore because their writing has gotten so bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, this one wasn't all that much fun to read either. So what are you guys up to? You want to talk about videos or something?
I do. I really want to go over yours.
Which one?
The one from today.
Oh,
with
the video game studio.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
Explain it to everyone.
Yeah, so I came across this. For anybody who doesn't know, my method in finding material is that I put in certain buzzwords or certain things into YouTube, and then I filter by things that were posted today rather than looking for things that are older, unless I'm doing some research or something. And I believe I put in either diversity or gender binary or something, and this popped up. And it is a brief little video giving an overview of a program at a college in Washington State, where it's a video game, an indie video game studio that they call the Digital Future Lab. And I almost made a joke about it being called the DFL because that could be slang for dead fucking last. But I didn't say that because I was trying to stay above board in my videos. I usually do. This game studio is unique because they practice something called radical diversity. Now, in all of my months of being a YouTuber, I had never encountered that phrase before. I've heard of like radical feminism. I've heard of like diversity and inclusion. Radical diversity was new to me. So I went into Google and looked it up. It's only mentioned in any particular way with a definition or an explanation like maybe twice. And that's in an article that actually covers this same project that was done back in January that I cite in my video, and some guy's blog where he uses the phrase, oh, thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
A late birthday present. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So this studio practices radical diversity. And I'm like, okay, what is radical diversity? And essentially, as far as I can tell from their own definition, both in the article about it and the video, is that they look for far more difference in people than just your basic diversity. So whereas your basic diversity program in a company or something would probably focus primarily on, well, skin color, because you look at a photograph of like the GOP and it's like, that's not diverse because there's too many white people. Not that each individual person there isn't a different person, but that they don't look different, which I always love. So the criteria seems to be not only are you colored differently than normal, but you also and or possess other attributes like you're queer or you're trans or you have Asperger's or you have ADHD or you have a other disability or you name it. And
it really came off as diversity above all else, including productivity and outcome. Nothing is more important than diversity.
Yes, and
stupid.
Yeah, they start. They say in the news article, and there's even a little clip. They don't specify it in the video, but they state very explicitly in the news article about it that at every one of their weekly meetings, and I presume other meetings as well, it is custom and part of their routine that before anybody talks, everybody introduces themselves and lists off their personal pronouns. Which I was like, okay. And
the
so
LGBT group at my college does that.
Yeah. And so I say several times in there, and I make the point, it's like, okay, so does what qualifies as different, and different from what? And when they say something like, we bring perspectives to the table that others wouldn't, and I'm like, what do you consider to be other? How is your perspective somehow better or more qualified than someone who just doesn't happen to be trans or queer? If someone came to this project with simply a passion for gaming, would that be enough of a criteria to join this thing? Or would they have to be forced into declaring their... I mean, I almost made the joke and tried to find something in there when they were doing their pronouns things. I almost tried to find something where a clip from a movie where like some officers going down the row asking for papers, please.
Yeah.
You know, you have to affirm your belonging to this thing in order to pass or whatever. Instead, I put in the Fifth Element clip where the guy's like, do you identify as human? Negative, I am a beat popsicle.
Triangle Pants in chat said, so they're a kindergarten class? Yes, basically they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, you got a video game studio. Your criterion is that it has to be a lab filled with quote-unquote different people, which means that everybody values superficial, arbitrary aspects to your what you are versus anything about who you are or what you can do or the skills you bring or the passion you possess. And at the end of the video, the main speaker, a student named Emmett Scout, who is a transgender queer male, cites those aspects, being transgender and being queer, as being valuable assets. And I'm like, I say, how? How is something like that valuable? I mean, how do you know that your perspective on the basis of having these parts of your makeup give your perspective value above someone who isn't like that? I mean, if you're going to take arbitrary aspects to people and say that because you have these things, you are therefore more qualified or special or better or somehow elevated or revered, how is being, as an example, queer any different from saying straight? Like, I'm better and my perspective's better because I'm straight. That wouldn't be tolerated by anybody. Or I'm white, or I'm black. Just like,
This is my problem with the whole LGBT movement, is that the entire thing centers on identity that has nothing to do with who you actually are. When they talk about how, like, there's not enough gay characters on TV, and we've discussed this before, unless somebody's in a relationship or dating, characters can be interchanged. You could imagine they're gay.
Exactly.
You know they're not gay because if they were gay, they would never stop talking about being. They're almost like vegans. How do you know something could be? Wait around, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And it should be meaningless. And when we're talking about, treating everybody equal, being gay shouldn't matter. All right, then shut the fuck up about it. You being gay is not going to help you make a better video game. It's not. Mm-hmm. You being a good coder might. You being good at storytelling might.
Right.
Those are the things that are important. Being gay doesn't help you in that.
There was one part of the article that I didn't quote in the video, where one of the students there, I think it might have been Emmett Scout, I'm not sure, but they said something to the effect of, this is one of the places where being, I think it was transgender or something, is a comfortable thing, is an accepted thing, and everything else. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if you would have been accepted if you weren't transgender, if you were just quote unquote normal. Because the way that this is reading, it's like if you're anything other than different, you're unwanted. When shouldn't that not be the standard by which this thing works? I said in the video, I said, wouldn't it be better if you had a team unified by a common passion rather than making a team unified by radical diversity? It just, ugh.
The quote that got me in the show, in your video, was he said something to the effect of, this kind of training with this diverse group is going to really help me in the workforce.
Yes.
I'm like, no, it's really not, because in the workforce, they're not going to give a fuck. they're going to want you to produce. That's what they are going to look for.
Yeah, the
You're
project.
Not gonna be able to, You're not going to be able to go, your story sucks, but since you consider yourself a man with a vagina, we're going to let that slide.
You know, given the course of things, there's probably businesses that would actually do that.
Yeah, but they're going to go out of business, and you're going to have to find a new job anyway.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. They're talking about the people who run this program are a guy named Jason. I believe it's Jason Pace, and he is a former Microsoft video game designer who worked on the Halo series for several years. So he's got, you know, actual industry experience in video games and such. And then a lady called Ina Braxton, I forget how to pronounce it exactly. And her bio on the staff site for the class is that she's got a BA in law, economics, and public policy, I think it was. And she's a performance artist.
Yeah.
And she's passionate about social justice. And that's it. Those are her qualifications. And so in the beginning, when they talk about this is a studio based around the intersection of technology and social justice, viewed through a lens of radical diversity, which just sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook. There's that word again, SDA, just so you know. Are you still with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not playing. You're playing games, aren't you?
I'm not actually.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's you. And you know, anybody can go watch the video itself. It's relatively short. It was one of my first videos where I get a little long-windedly philosophical at the end. I usually don't sort of like go off onto a tangent like that, but I was just so disturbed, I guess, by the promotion of the ideas here, because I mean, it's one of those things where if you just take what they're saying and word switch transgender for white and queer for straight and read the same dialogue back to yourself, it's the exact same stuff we don't want to have going on in our society, you would think. So
Ken Lee brought up, did you guys see the story about the trans boobs on Facebook?
No. What's that?
Somebody posted a picture of a woman's breasts exposed, and Facebook struck the picture down for violating their policy.
Yes.
So whoever posted it wrote to Facebook, and this is all posted where you can read it. The woman identifies as a man, so technically her nipples should be allowed. Facebook apologized for their mistake and allowed the picture to be shown.
Facebook is now boob book.
Yep. So if you want to post your nipples, all you got to do is say you're a dude.
I'm a man. Or you're a woman who's just claiming you're a man because gender is a social construct.
Or you're a man posting pictures of boobs that you don't even know the woman and you're claiming she's a man.
Oh man. Now this every porn star that wants to get some extra coverage on Facebook instead of elsewhere can just say, I identify as a man.
Yep.
And at least on Facebook I do.
Gender is fluid, so you can identify as a man when you're posting that picture.
Yep.
And immediately go back to being a woman.
Yeah, you can just post on Facebook that your gender is male, and you can just say, well, when I log onto Facebook, I'm a man. Because my fluidity occurs on the social platform.
Indeed.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
One of the more stupid examples of social justice at work.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Thoggy asks, so will that work for other body parts? Like, so if I put my dick on the stream, but then I say, oh wait, I'm a woman and I'm promoting awareness of cervical cancer.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I'm pulling this out of nowhere. I have no idea. SDA's video. We have to talk about that.
Yes, SDA's video. Yours was on Shives today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to talk?
Yeah, no, I'm talking.
Tell us about your video.
Oh, Steve Shives essentially just said that the snowflakes that scream and cry are free speech warriors because they cry.
That was a horrible review of your video.
Okay. Well, what? That's what he said.
By the snowflakes, she's talking about like Antifa and the people who showed up at the Trump rally at where was that, Berkeley, earlier in the last week, whenever it was. And Yeah, that's his claim, is that they're the real free speech warriors. And I don't understand how that works exactly. Is it just because they are protesting?
Yeah, essentially it's because they're protesting, therefore they are utilizing their freedom of speech to respond to what somebody else is saying when that's really not what's happening.
This is very much like that law that we were just talking about. You don't promote free speech by shutting it down, by shutting down other speech. That's retarded.
Pretty much.
But this is the guy who made the Dukes of Hazzard video, so
I wonder what he would have said if someone had stormed that, or not stormed like in a violent way, but just tried to protest the atheist rally he was in a few months back.
Or the Women's March.
Or the Women's March, yeah. If a bunch of men came out and said, hey, don't
Bitch,
be like,
shut up.
Every day is Man's Day. I heard that a lot too. It's like every day of the year except today is Man's Day. So we get this day, like, yeah, about Mother's Day and Equal Pay Day and take your daughter to work.
But not every day is like Men's Day. Every day,
no.
Most days people just don't give a fuck.
Every day is Men's Day because we don't have to have periods.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We win.
We just have to hear about them once a month.
Oh, yeah.
I'm nice when I'm on my period, so it's fine.
Is that what happened yesterday?
No, it's not.
Oh. So I was just rare.
Yeah.
Cool. What the hell
I'm nice every day.
You are not.
Yes, I am.
You've had arguments where you've told me you're not nice. You can't now claim that you're nice.
I'm lovely.
What the hell was my video about today?
I don't remember.
It was about the DACA kid saying he was undocumented.
Oh, fuck, immigration. Yeah, I blame you for that.
Me?
You blame me for that?
I blame Scribe because you brought up fusion yesterday, and I needed to make something about a video, so I went
right. Okay, so this is just something that I'm going to get a little riled up on. Okay?
Okay.
When people say that if we got rid of all of the illegal immigrants, it would cause economic issues because we'd actually have to pay people real money to do those jobs, and that would be inconvenient in the short term. Of course, it would be inconvenient in the short term. 30 years from now, it would be great.
Well, I have a problem with the whole idea. I know what you're referencing, and it's not just in this. I've heard this so many times that illegals are doing the jobs Americans don't want. Let's say that's kind of true. I need to see the evidence of it. First of all, you can still have migrant workers who come in and do the farm work. A lot of those are people who are here legally, but then go back to Mexico when the seasons are over. The other work, like there's nobody in any of the fusion videos, and they have several, about people being deported where these people were doing farm work.
Right.
For pennies on the dollar. These were people who oftentimes were filing federal income taxes using other people's social security numbers at jobs that many Americans would have liked. It's just something that gets said that it's one of those things that never gets challenged because it's like, oh yeah, they pick fruit and I don't want to pick fruit, so nobody wants to.
No, there are plenty of people that would do it. And the other thing is that if you got rid of all of them and you actually opened all of that up for legal labor, you would literally improve the standard of living for the poorest Americans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I know it would be a little inconvenient for 5 or 10 years. Isn't that awful? But in the long run,
you don't ignore laws because it might be inconvenient at times.
Right. In the long run, it would be better.
But yeah, fuck fusion. That site is such shit. And they keep pushing this myth that that the people working for them who are talking on camera are undocumented.
They're not. They're DACA.
Actually DACA.
They're documented.
Yeah. Yes, they're documented.
They're documental.
Took both of you a minute or two.
But yeah, so that's it for our videos today. That one actually did irritate me. I want to just slap that little fucker that was in that video.
Slap him back across
he was
the
way
border.
too happy.
Yeah, he's a bit too smug.
They're all way too smug. They're like, I'm undocumented.
Yeah, I'm a good person because I'm undocumented. Oh, I'm not undocumented, but I say I'm undocumented, which kind of undercuts my entire argument.
Monkey, if you could rule a country, how would you rule? I would be loved by everyone. I would be like Kim Jong-il. Everybody would love me, whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah, exactly. Or else.
No, for the most part,
I do a great job running a country.
Yeah.
What? Whoa. That was mean.
You're a woman.
So?
We can't give you that much power.
No, it's fine. I'll be diplomatic once a month.
Would that coincide with a particular event in your biological routine?
Might.
Oh my God. So once a month you'll be diplomatic.
Yeah, and the rest of the time we'll be outlawing animes.
Chobani tastes like sour toothpaste. I'm glad I've never tried it.
Yeah.
What is your first act as the new world overlord? No pictures of bugs on any sort of media ever.
Nature shows go to hell.
Pretty much, yeah. If you involve bugs, like go die in a fucking hole.
What about like ladybugs?
No.
Really?
I'm eating. I don't want to vomit.
Oh, I wasn't. I think they're cute.
No, they're gross.
Roly polies?
Too many. Ew, stop it.
Pill bugs?
No.
Wow.
Last time somebody tweeted me a bug, he got blocked.
Health bars.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't tweet her. She gets mad.
Have you seen a butterfly up close? They are gross.
Jesus.
Wow.
They are.
What happened to you? Did you like fall into a tub of bugs when you were little?
A tub of bugs.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah, you're something.
It sounds like it.
I'm something all right. Yeah, thanks.
That's something all right. You're some dumb American.
Oh, yeah, cute. Cute.
That's me. I'm nothing but cute. Isn't that right, chat? I'm cute. Let's see.
What do you think Scribe looks like?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. What do you think I look like?
Well, he has sparkly hair.
Let's see. Let's see. My pronouns are I'm relatively pale because I don't like the sun. I tend to burn, not tan. So I'm not like albino white, but I'm definitely pale. I have dark brown hair with bits of little hints of silver here and there. It's not overwhelming, but you can see it in the right light. I have a kind of a Van Dyke mustache beard deal. So I've got I
figured you for a clean shaven.
No, I used to be. I experimented with a goatee for the first time several years ago, and then I changed it up to just having the little strip on my. I mean, it's not a strip. It's thicker than that. But a
soul patch.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a soul patch, but it goes from the bottom of the lip all the way down to the bottom of my chin, and a mustache. So it looks decent. Trust me, it looks decent on me. I experimented with it for a while. I wear glasses. They're they're not horn rimmed, but they're just kind of thickish black plastic glasses.
Do they look like SDA's glasses?
Hey,
I'd have to see hers.
Insulting.
I'd have to see hers again. I can't remember. They might. And I weigh about 155, 160, depending. I'm 6. No, not 6. I'm 5'10", edging on 5'11". So I'm a relatively lean individual.
You're skinny as fuck.
Yeah, I'm like I say, I'm relatively thin, but I'm in decent shape. I'm not like super muscular, but I walk everywhere, so I've got really, really strong legs, and I'm in decent weight class and everything. So that's the best verbal description I can give you, but that doesn't otherwise tell you what I look like.
I think I might know my next video.
What's that going to be?
It's also from Fusion. I was just looking at the headline from
I watched a couple today.
Title. Trump and Kim Jong-un are pretty much the same.
Oh, Fusion. Fusion.
SDA wears army birth control glasses. Fuck you.
What?
No, Scribe, stop it.
Call those no fucks. Because nobody would fuck you if you wore them. But those don't look exactly the same.
Oh, are you showing them? I don't even see.
No, I've just seen them before. And I know what her glasses look like.
Oh.
My glasses are fine. There's nothing wrong with my glasses.
I'm not saying there is.
You know, but Chad is, and I'm upset.
So every time that I do a Fusion video from now on, I am going to include somewhere in there that clip from their big editorial video talking about their journalistic standards.
Yes.
Every time I do a Fusion video from now on, I'm going to include at the end of it the editor-in-chief talking about how they've reaffirmed their editorial standards and journalistic standards to promote facts over fiction or political fantasy. And just like,
Hey, Scribe,
because, yes.
He wants you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
He's a 45.
Well, I don't know. I'm not GQ or nothing. I mean, I guess it depends on your interpretation. I'd say I'm a 6 or a 7, I guess.
2.
Yeah, I'm a 6 or a 7, I suppose. I mean, I'm not unfortunate looking, I don't think.
Unfortunate looking.
I think I'm slightly above average because I mean it's primarily due to the fact that I take care of myself. I take a certain amount of pride in my physical appearance. I don't like being slobby. I like being neat and clean cut and dressed well. So I think overall I'm above average. I'm not Brad Pitt levels or nothing by any means. So yeah, 6 or 7, depending on your personal standards, I suppose.
Someone said to Helen Keller, I'm a 10.
Yeah. to Helen Keller, you're a...
That was one of my favorite Helen Keller jokes.
That was mean. Oh, God, I'm awful. I'm going to hell.
We'll see you there. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I look like the David statue. Sorry about your arms and your little penis.
Yeah, that's donated shrinkage right there.
That's probably cold.
The David statue, the David statue, I think was like the first penis I ever saw.
You're probably not impressed.
No, I saw it on a I don't know, like on a poster or something in a school, and I was really fucking confused. I was like 6 at the time.
Zach, that wasn't my joke. That was Jack Cochran's joke. I was just repeating it. That's all.
You're just a terrible person by proxy.
And besides which, that is the joke. Helen Keller can't see. So, never mind. Explaining the joke sucks. Let's see.
There's actually something I wanted to talk about tonight, and I forgot it. And I'm trying to remind myself. So,
yeah,
hang in there, guys.
Okay.
Well, with that kind of preamble, now the suspense is going to kill me. I was going to talk about something. I don't remember what it was. Okay.
SDA. All old dude male statues have tiny penises. Yeah, I've noticed.
Scribe Light, so your eternal punishment involves a plunger, right? Punishment?
That's not punishment.
Am I the one using it? Because hell no. If it's being used on me, that might be unpleasant for me. Yeah. Even if it is. Somebody actually sent me a picture. I forget who it was. Somebody was at Walmart or something, and they found the exact plunger I was talking about, took a photo, and sent it to me today. I was like, that's it. There it is. I think it was Carrot. It might have been Carrot. I can't remember. But anyway. Yep. And it's like $4 or something. It's like, yeah, now try to go price match that same object with something similar at your standard sex shop. And I tell you what, it's at least 3 times that, if not more.
I can't find it, damn it.
Find what?
Whatever I want to talk about. I got to start writing shit down.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got to start making notes ahead of time. Like when you have an idea, write it down.
That's why I bought myself a whiteboard, because I think of things and then I'm like, I'll remember.
You're racist because you wouldn't buy a blackboard.
I do love that in your video where you had that shown that it said smush cookie on it.
I'm going to say, because I use my webcam and I'm too lazy to just flip the image in editing. I had to write Smush Cookie backwards.
That is lazy. That's a sort of industrious lazy right there.
So
speaking
it
of
was
which,
written backwards on my whiteboard.
speaking of which, I've worked the word snoochadoodle into my next video, which is a much more jokey video than anything else.
I'm really glad that you guys have just started using snoochadoodle.
Oh yeah, it's much more
I
entertaining.
still prefer cunt, but whatever.
No, but it's different.
Yeah, it's not an insult.
Like a
I meant to be
cunt
funny.
is what Leslie Jones has.
Oh God. Oh. Let's not go
What's
there.
wrong with a cunt? You can fuck a cunt.
Yeah, but it's not. But
Grab
like,
it and
you
just
get a
fuck that
disease.
dirty cunt right. You can't fuck a snoochadoodle.
Yeah, you can.
That's like raping a Smurf.
Not like raping a Smurf.
Raping a Smurf. Papa Smurf gonna lick your ass. Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. Papa Smurf gonna lick your ass. Lick my ass. That's a rap song you can find on E-Bombs World for anybody who wants to know.
Okay, that makes more sense. It's like, how do you get to ass licking from that? But
it's a song that was on E-Bombs World like way back in the day. It was like Papa Smurf gonna lick your ass. And it's animated with the Smurfs. It's fucking hilarious. And like Bill Cosby shows up and his tongue comes out and it's blue.
It's hilarious. Guy, and he called it a snoochadoodle during the sex.
Oh man,
what?
I don't know. That sounds like something Scribe would do, though.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would never call it that during the act itself in any way, shape, or form. That is not. That would be a safe word. That would be a let's break the mood immediately word right there.
Saying snoochadoodle is how you stop rape.
Yeah, you probably just confuse your attacker. It's just like, I'm going to get you. Snoochadoodle! What? You start laughing, you kick him off.
Oh,
no,
wow.
not the Smush Cookie. The what? Or excuse me, the what?
My Smush Cookie is pure.
You got to cook
Anyway, well, this is what happens when I run out of news stories. This is what we descend into. It goes from intellectual discussion of the day's events to Smurf rape and third grade sort of humor. Yeah.
Hey, I tell everybody my maturity maxed out at 13.
God.
Yeah, well, and Lady Monkey's apparently maxed out at about 5.
Oh, what did she do?
She was attacking your nipples last night.
Oh yeah, she does get a kick out of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I heard her like rolling on the floor laughing. Yeah.
Sorry, she was proud of herself today too when I told her that there were comments on the video still encouraging her to do it.
Oh yeah, how many views does that thing have now? It was like at 1,200 last I saw. It's probably a lot more now.
Oh, I haven't even seen. Oh, that is something that I have been watched over. My videos have been watched more than 1 million times now.
That's right.
Yay!
Congratulations! You hit a 1 million view mark.
I have one of those things that makes a noise somewhere.
So how many hours worth of days or whatever does that make on your analytics? I'm curious.
Oh, I'll have to bring that up and check separately. But yeah, that was. I'd seen it coming. It was getting close, and then it hit, and I was like, "That's humbling."
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm not even real sure how to process it. You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, right.
Right?
We're gonna piss off our chat.
It's almost like Sesame Street. Where it's like yep. Yeah.
Oh, Lifetime. That's what we're looking for.
Lifetime, the channel for women.
Oh, Lady Monkey said only 900,000 were his own views. I love Lady Monkey.
My total watch time right now stands at 15 years, 240 days.
Jesus Christ. That is so much time.
That was awesome unison right there. I like that.
Jesus, I just like that.
I am so thankful that so many people don't have better things to do.
So people have spent a teenager's worth of lifetime watching your videos.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
SDA worth of people in that.
Hey, no. I'm older than 15.
Yeah, 16.
No,
not by much.
Well, now you're 20, not a whole 19 anymore, right? Or,
yeah, no, I'm 20 now.
yeah, right.
Oh, that's right. She's this many.
Yeah. You can flash both your open hands twice, and that's how old she is.
She can use all of her toes.
Yay!
Yay! I like when we.
Unless she's missing some. Unless she's missing some because she's in the South.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Or are they webbed? Maybe they're webbed. They're just one big toe.
Or she has 6.
Ooh!
Didn't Huck Finn have like 6?
My father was killed by a six-toed woman. My name is Inigo Montoya. You kicked my father to death. Prepare to die.
She doesn't get that reference.
Of course not. She still needs to see that movie. It's on your list. You'll know it when you see it.
Which movie is it?
I'm not telling you. You'll know
Why
when you see
not?
it. Well, because you have to discover it yourself.
No, just tell
Yes,
me.
it's one of the 2 that we recommended you watch first. I'll tell you that much.
SDA has a tail confirmed. Oh my God, be nice.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know what that means.
Some people are born with an actual tail because it's either a birth defect or a leftover from,
Yeah, I know, but does that have something to do with the movie?
No.
No.
That was just somebody being rude about the whole, incest inbreeding thing I was intimating earlier.
But my mom's a Yankee.
Okay,
Your
so when
mom's
somebody,
a Yankee?
Yeah.
did she go to town just to buy a dandy?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah. She doesn't know what I'm talking about either.
No, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yankee Doodle went to town just to find it. Yeah, anyway. Never mind.
I mean, I know the song, but I don't know what happened.
That's okay. You'll learn. I'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah, haha.
Nah.
Guys, we have to stop building up The Princess Bride. As great as that movie is, she needs to go into it as fresh as possible.
Yeah, she needs to just watch it. She just needs to watch it. And now he gave you the answer to your question, SDA. So there you go. Watch The Princess Bride.
She needs to be springtime fresh when she goes in there. And since we established she doesn't bathe very often.
Hey, what?
What?
We did not establish that.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't.
You were sitting there in your funk, remember?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Funky.
I don't remember this.
Really? It was yesterday.
Was it?
Yesterday.
Oh man, you're gonna make me sing. That's an Elton John song. Bum, bum, bum.
Yesterday?
Oh.
Yesterday was a Beatles song.
Oh, I thought you were singing a different song. He has a song that starts off.
No, I was meaning the Beatles one just because there's ways you can turn that into a funny. No, I'd rather not, thank you.
Most of them are dead anyway.
No, SDA does not have a dirty smush cookie.
She keeps her snoochadoodle nice and clean.
I can turn that into a funny. Hold on a sec. I just need a pen and a paper. Let's see.
No, stop. Whatever.
No.
Stop it. Whatever.
I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna make a song out of this. Yes.
I thought of you today watching Drama Alert. Scribe.
Me? Oh.
Hold on.
Why not me?
1 second before you do that. Yesterday, sitting in her funk was SDA. Now she's sticky and won't go away. Oh, please. Anyway, I can't do the rest. All right. What about Drama Alert reminded you of me?
He featured.
Greg, can you post in the chat real quick?
Can I post what?
Just post in the chat.
She's gonna silence you.
Oh, you're gonna take away my wrench. You're gonna take my wrench, huh?
I would not. I would never take your wrench away.
Okay, hold on. Just go ahead, monkey.
Not what's gonna happen.
He highlighted a video. I can't remember if it was 5 or 10 ways to do doggy style. And for some reason, the picture that he used, and I didn't watch the video to find context, but it shows a dog humping. The whole video is just dogs humping stuffed animals.
And this made you think of me.
Well, let me finish the story.
All right.
So, for some reason, the still that he got, the screenshot from it, shows a dog humping some little animal, and there's a plunger on screen, and it says plunger. And I'm not sure why. But it did make me think of you.
Oh, I wonder if Keemstar watches our videos. That'd be funny.
That would be.
Subscribe.
Huh? What?
See, I told you she was going to do that.
Oh, well, you know what?
He still has a wrench, but he's bopped.
I got bopped. This is how you take out your frustrations on me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does it feel to be on the other side?
I'm making a note.
The best part of this is that tomorrow somebody's going to be listening to this part of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You guys here live, at least you're with the chat.
Yeah.
The people who watch us and stay through this shit, I love you guys.
Yeah. Those of you at work who need something to keep you occupied when you're doing something mundane and drudgery or whatever, you get to listen to the aftermath of all this silliness in the chat and otherwise. I've lost my wrench. Oh, God, no!
You have a wrench. You just got bopped.
Oh, I see.
Bop you even if you because I am me and this is.
Oh, I see. So I got the YouTube chat equivalent. I've got K-lined. Gotcha.
Should we open it up to chat now?
Yeah, why the heck
I think we have been for a while.
Well, let's make it official.
Okay, officially open up to chat because it's
we kind of have a format now. We discuss news, videos if we're going to talk about them, any random shit, and then chat.
Yep.
So I'm just following the format.
Skeggles, can I have a wrench? That's up to SDA. Does she know you? Does she like you?
People really like to have wrenches.
It's a status symbol.
Yeah, it's a status symbol.
Not for me. I feel it's like a responsibility.
Well, it is, but it's also a status symbol.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't give certain people wrenches.
No. Being a monkey is a status symbol.
Like Magoon?
No, not like Magoon. We just bop
him. And speaking of which, there's Magoon. Give me a wrench.
Oh, there's a good question.
What's that?
With your bug thing, what about fireflies?
I don't like anything that's a bug.
Really? Okay. Robert Sawyer, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys keep me sane out here on the road.
Oh, wow.
Now I really feel like we have a responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't fall asleep, Robert. Don't fall asleep. We'll keep you awake. Wake up. Wake up. And don't be insane out on the road. We definitely don't want that. No road rage. Okay.
If you start to get too tired, just...
Do you guys have road rage?
Flick the tip.
I don't drive, so...
Miss Monkey says I do, but I don't.
I
hate stupid people.
I have mild road disgruntle.
Murray in Arizona. Scribe, you guys are what I do until morphine time. I really hope that's a joke and you're not actually in the hospital in excruciating pain. So I'm gonna err on the side of joke until you tell me otherwise, and then I'll feel like bad.
Do you remember, Ranting Monkey? Do you remember where you made a video reference? Chat went too fast. There.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Do you remember your video where you made a big reference to Shadow of Colossus? I don't even know what Shadow of Colossus is.
Shadow of the Colossus is a video game.
Oh.
It's one where
So if I made a reference, it was on accident.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game where each level is essentially the boss monster you're having to climb and navigate because they're giants, and then you have to sort of both navigate their body as the level that you're moving through, and then beat them when you get to whatever area where they have weak points or whatever.
Somebody asked SDA, do you hate crabs and lobsters too? Crabs I can deal with. A lobster, though, I can't watch somebody eat lobster. I will literally throw up.
Wow.
So you're okay with having crabs, though?
No, I'm okay with the animal.
With crabs?
No, with the animal.
They're an animal.
Taint.
Stop.
Oh, God. Scribe has homework? What homework do I have? What are you talking about? I must have missed it.
Real quick, what video was the one where I referenced that? I'm really curious what you thought I was talking about.
Or are you thinking of another monkey?
That could be too.
Well, what you're playing GTA before stream time?
Yeah.
Which GTA?
5. I finally got 5.
What do you think of 5?
Computer. It's fucking awesome. I've been having a great time.
All right. Better than San Andreas?
No.
Okay.
It swaps between characters, which I really don't like in a game.
Right. Yeah, I've heard that too.
But for me, the story of San Andreas was awesome. The story in this one is just fucking ridiculous in grand GTA style.
Yeah.
But I San Andreas is my gold standard for video games, and they just hit so many things right in that game.
Yeah.
This is really close, but it's not as fun.
Grove Street.
Grove Street.
Grove Street.
Have I ever eaten a penguin? No. Why would I eat a penguin?
Has a penguin ever eaten you?
No.
Maybe they're tasty.
Yeah.
Miss Monkey, be nice.
GTA Snore. Well, what games does Mrs. Monkey play?
Right now, she is addicted to Candy Crush for the last year.
What?
She used to play WoW a lot.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you, Point.
For life. Yeah, she was our hunter.
Grove Street for life.
What else do we have here?
Have I ever eaten a rattlesnake? No, I don't eat things that are weird.
Joy, no, I haven't found Grove Street yet. I've been going through the missions. I keep meaning to just stop and do it, but I haven't yet.
Wait, what happened to Mundane Matt? Somebody said sad about Mundane Matt.
Carrot is modded for Mundane Matt.
Yeah, what happened to Mundane Matt that you had to unsubscribe, Hammer? He changed his format. I haven't actually watched him in a while.
He's changed up his format quite a bit because he's lost so much money from advertising.
Oh, what's his format now?
He stole ours.
Oh, really?
Streams every night.
Oh. Well, I know. I remember hearing that he moved or was moving or something.
Yep, he just finished moving a week or so. I haven't watched him in like a week or so.
Okay.
So everybody's basically jumped on the nightly stream bandwagon.
Well, it seems it's the only way to make any money now, because if you do live streams, super chat, and you throw out the widest net, if somebody donates, $5 to super chat, that monetizes your video probably far and away what you would get just with ads these days, especially if you're a channel that does what we do.
SDA, have you ever talked about your music taste? Not really.
Monkey
knows what my favorite band is, and he likes them.
I do.
What's your favorite band?
I'll tell you about it when you're older.
Jesus. Okay. Scribelight, what is your favorite style of game? I am much more a story wonk necessarily than I am a gameplay freakazoid. But I'll play Half-Life 2 even though I'm not a big first-person shooter guy, because the way that they made that game is you're part of the story. The story is part of the action. It's so well done that So like KOTOR's got a great story. Anything that's got a really great story, or something that really is immersive, like Skyrim, where I just can just do whatever and run around and have an open world kind of thing. It's a weird balance, but I like something where I feel like I'm actually having an effect on the game or the story in some fashion.
Somebody asked if we were going to pick up Red Dead 2. I've never played the series. Probably not.
I wish it would come out on PC. I don't understand why they never released it on PC. I would play the shit out of that game because I love watching the little videos I see of it, people running around and coming up with creative ways to kill people just in an open world deal. Yeah, I'd love to play that game, but yeah.
I would love a really big, immersive role-playing game set in the Old West. The closest we had on PC was Gun.
Oh, yeah.
And that was... for its time, it was great, but...
Scribelight, what video game console... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Shellbell says, what video game console gives you the most nostalgia? My Sega Genesis, which is in the closet behind me. And I think it still has Jungle Strike in it. I doubt I could even hook it up anywhere near a modern TV, but I have that. And somebody else asked, have you ever played Till Dawn? I've heard of it. I have not played it. Yeah.
Have you ever played Star Trek Online? I haven't.
I did for about a day.
I like the concept, but no.
After playing Old Republic, I got so spoiled with how smooth that game is that Star Trek Online just felt clunky. And I'm also not much of a Star Trek freak, so I didn't really feel that attached to it.
Is it cold by me? It's colder than it has been the last couple of days.
Same.
Scribe, Genesis 16 or 32-bit? 16-bit. I never got the 32-bit. Yeah, I got the original with the kooky circle on top and all that fun stuff. Bye, Thoggy. Bye, Thoggy.
Live
action Winnie the Pooh? Are you shitting me?
What? No, that would be so weird.
Let me look this up. Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? Good God. Leave it alone.
Somebody tweeted me earlier about our stream last night because I said that getting tattooed felt good.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Ewan McGregor to play Christopher Robin in Disney's live-action Winnie the Pooh sequel. He'll star as Christopher Robin, which sees A.A. Milne's beloved character all grown up and disillusioned. So it's going to be like Pan.
Christ.
It's going to be like Pan. We're going to have Ewan McGregor running around with a CGI Winnie the Pooh, yes? The film sees a man who has lost the sense of wonder and imagination that once fueled his adventures in the 100-Acre Wood. Thankfully, Pooh and his friends are once more re-enter Robin's life to help bring it all back. It's Pan, but it's Winnie the Pooh. For fuck's sake.
I can't.
Unless Winnie the Pooh is... No, just no. There's no...
Winnie the Pooh as portrayed by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, okay.
I could deal with that.
It's just Ted, but it's Winnie the Pooh. Who gets to play Piglet? Okay. Who do we cast as Piglet?
Danny DeVito.
Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt.
I fucking hate that little troll.
He would make the perfect. I bet they would cast him as Piglet. Yeah.
No, that's what I was going to talk to you about something. I finally remembered what it was.
Oh, good.
I was watching Andy Worski's stream today, and he had Wizard of Cause on.
Okay.
And he actually mentioned Danny DeVito from Sometimes It's Sunny.
Yes.
I'm like, no, Danny DeVito's from Taxi.
Yeah, he's from Taxi. He's from Get Shorty. He's from Twins. He's from anything. Yeah.
Not from that, though.
Yeah.
I'm so old now.
Oh, speaking of movies and sequels and stuff, I read something somewhere. I don't know all the details, but you know the movie Unbreakable? Yes?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So M. Night Shyamalan did a movie recently that I still haven't seen that I want to see. I'm going to have to find it real quick.
Be careful what you're going to say.
Called Split, which I haven't seen it.
To watch it. Have any of us seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about it. Chat, don't say nothing. I'm not going to look at you for a minute because I don't want to know any secrets or nothing. But apparently, he's going to be doing another movie soon. It is called. Well, it is a sequel to both Unbreakable and Split. Now, I don't know what the connection between these two movies is. Maybe that's some kind of quasi spoiler. I don't know. But anyway, the movie's going to be called Glass. So you can imagine what it might be about. And I am very excited.
Do not watch the honest trailer for Split.
Yeah, don't watch the honest trailer for Split.
It does give away the twist ending.
Yeah, so apparently Glass is going to be about Mr. Glass, I guess. But I don't know that for a fact. But it's called Glass, and it's a sequel to Unbreakable in some fashion. So I'm kind of like, okay, if Samuel L. Jackson's being Mr. Glass again, I would go see that movie.
We should watch Split.
Well, I'm going to try to find... It's not on Netflix, is it?
I don't know.
It just came out on DVD.
Oh, it just came out on DVD? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to try to get... now I want to see it. I didn't have any real big incentive to want to see it before. I mean, I heard it was good, but it's also M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, and I wasn't quite sure about his quality anymore. But if it's going to be some kind of prequel to the sequel of Unbreakable, then I definitely want to see it now.
Yeah, the
Monkey, have you seen it?
And no, I haven't. I want to because it sounds like it's really good.
All three do a watch it. 50 Shades of Grey style.
See, I would want to watch something like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I think I could be a lot funnier in that.
Yeah, that'd be a better MST3K movie. If I want to see something serious, then I try to watch it serious as well.
We should watch porn.
Oh yeah. We should watch like the Beavis and Butthead porn, or the
Unbreakable didn't suck. You take that back, Winston Churchill. I don't care if you did stop the Nazis. That's wrong.
Someone said The Last Airbender was on point. Okay.
I didn't like The Last Airbender cartoon.
Yeah, but the live action was.
Yeah, I don't care about it. Sleep, Pop-Tart, night. Tell Willow I said hi.
What? Did you just say something in English?
I said, tell Willow I said hi.
Oh. Sounded like you forgot how to talk there for a second.
I think you're drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Why you were quiet earlier.
No, it's not.
Yeah. STA's got a drinking problem.
I do not have a drinking problem.
She needs money to get over her drinking problem, guys.
The problem is she's not drinking enough.
What? What makes you say that?
I don't know. You're coherent most of the time.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Is that a bad thing?
Maybe.
Oh, I meant to address something Mara asked earlier if the Barbie movie had been canceled. I don't know that the movie's been canceled, but Amy Schumer is out of it.
Oh. Well, then who are they going to cast then if Amy Schumer was their first choice?
Probably Lena Dunham.
Can we just put Kelly back in there?
No, it's got to be somebody who's frumpy looking because it's Barbie learning that it's okay to be frumpy.
But it's always been Kelly Sheridan, and Barbie doesn't sound right.
What?
I think it should be Lena Dunham.
Is this a...
Ooh. Who's the fat bitch from Ghostbusters?
Leslie Jones?
Is this live action?
No.
Yeah, then it's
Melissa McCarthy.
Not live action.
Well, Melissa McCarthy.
Kelly Sheridan.
No, it's live action. It's a live action Barbie.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, then you can't have. I guess.
Amy Schumer. Yeah. Amy Schumer was going to be live action Barbie.
Learning to be frumpy.
It's letting yourself go, Barbie.
Oh.
Yeah, so they gotta get somebody who's frumpy looking.
Monkey, everybody's saying that I need money for rehab.
She needs money for rehab. There's a $sign in the lower left corner of the chat.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no. Now wait a minute.
Leslie Jones isn't a woman. Yeah, she is. I Googled her nudes.
I've seen her naked. She's a woman. Who was it that did that to us?
What?
Somebody made us look at Leslie Jones.
Oh,
naked.
I remember that, but I didn't.
I think it might have been me.
I didn't look.
It was this Bering stream, the one that Bering was in with us.
Yeah, but I think I might have started it. Have you not seen her naked, Scribe?
I think I caught a censored photo, like where they.
You have to.
No,
yes.
I don't. I have no interest.
Yes, please.
No. Is that some kind of kink for you? Me looking at Leslie?
No, it's
no. Then why were you begging?
Well, it's not the point because I don't know.
I'm funny.
Why would you look for such a thing? Because that's what she touches herself to.
No, it's not. Okay, somebody showed it to me, and then I had to pass it on because I have to share the trauma. I can't go through this alone.
What, like a chain letter?
Yeah.
They both have an afro taint.
Oh.
No, monkey.
Bleh.
Stop it.
I like when you yell monkey like that.
Monkey.
That's how I know I did good.
Monkey. Does Lady Monkey ever yell monkey?
No, she has other names for me.
Scribelight, have you seen the Amazing Atheist porn? I have, unfortunately, on I think it was Encyclopedia Dramatica one time. The photo was there, and I was like, oh God, it wasn't intentional.
Sure, it wasn't.
Did he do like actual porn?
he stuck a banana up his ass and filmed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you not seen that monkey?
You never heard about that before? That's old.
I've heard people making banana jokes about him, but
that's where that comes from.
Figured it was something like that and didn't care to find out.
Yeah, I came across it, unfortunately. Encyclopedia Dramatica is sort of like a mixed bag. It's like, well, you kind of want to know, but you also got to make sure you're not at work when you do so. Carrot, do you happen to be a character in Archer by any chance?
I've never watched that either.
Carrot says, Scribelight, choke me till I pass out.
No, that's what he does to me. Stop it.
You might be Carol Tunt or whatever her name is. Archer's awesome, by the way. You would love Archer.
Angry MGTOW has claimed to be the atheist gamer. He's not the atheist gamer.
No.
We've already established that their speech impediments are slightly different.
They're very different.
Okay, they're very different.
Carrot, are you a redhead in real life? Because I like redheads. Better red than dead can tell you that. Scribe, what do you do for work? My job.
Good answer.
Yes. Archer sucks. It's not funny at all. Well, I feel sorry for your sense of humor having died. So
nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
Carrot, are you a dude?
Yeah.
I just assumed Carrot was a dude. I feel bad if not. Sorry.
Yeah. If Carrot is a redheaded female, then excellent.
Don't you just assume most people are dudes online?
Well, if there's nothing to tell me otherwise, I mean, the avatar is usually the only thing I have to go off of. And so it's kind of like, well, is it something that a guy, generically speaking, would put on his avatar versus a girl? And that's kind of, I guess, how my brain works on it until I'm told differently. So the cure to social justice is autoerotic asphyxiation. Yes, especially if you're David Carradine. David Carradine cured himself of social justice.
All right, we're going to have to do last call soon. I'm falling out here, guys.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Alien trailer? I've seen several new Alien trailers. The little mini movies they put out, the little appendix to Prometheus they just released the other day. So
it looks interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I wasn't that impressed with Prometheus, so I'm holding out judgment. Scribe, thoughts on Akira remake? They're planning on doing a live-action Akira movie. Again, it's one of those things where there's absolutely no reason not to just reissue the original into theaters. There's nothing wrong with the original. That thing just is a work of art. I mean, you watch it and you kind of go like, oh, it's just a cartoon. But when you actually think about how much detail and, I mean, when you had to animate light, just anybody who watches anime or anything else, take a look at how they have to draw the light casting down on people's faces or the movement of light, because all of that stuff has to be done by hand, especially in the olden days, like Akira.
Stop encouraging Mrs. Monkey to pinch my nipples. I'm wearing
it's a game show now.
Miss.
Are we going to put a bounty on your nipples at some point for your next stream?
Oh God. What would we even do? Let her just.
Well, I don't like $50 a nipple or something.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that. Shit, she's coming over to pinch my nipples.
Hey, Lady Monkey, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
I have my nipples covered now with my hand.
With pasties or something? Like
no, but I'm gonna get some.
Get some
Put
nipple
some
shields
over it or something. No, I don't trust you. Are you insane?
It's hurtful.
I've known you too long.
It's hurtful. Oh no.
Hurtful.
You've hurt her feelings.
Hurtful will be my nipples if I move my hands.
I can just see you now, like cupping your breasts in both hands. It's like your head across your chest.
I am. I actually am. I have my arms folded across my chest.
Yeah, Lady Monkey, clothespins, yo.
Get your fucking finger out of there. You're gonna kill Scribe. No.
They're wrestling.
No.
He does not consent. He does not consent.
We're literally listening to nipple rape take.
I know, right? We're listening to the.
She's
We're listening to the commission of a
my
crime.
nutsack. What is wrong with you? Get away from
Oh
me.
my
You see
God.
the abuse I put up with?
Oh my God! Domestic abuse live on the air, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get this kind of entertainment anywhere else.
This is for you people who watch tomorrow and hung in this long.
Yeah, exactly.
Get away from me.
This is like the secret. This is like the secret scene after the credits of a Marvel movie.
Yes.
Oh God.
I'm not going to rest till she sits down.
Well, how about on your lap?
Okay, there we go. Jesus.
Yeah.
Now my nipples are hard.
Oh, they're hard. That turns you on. You're going to get a complex from this. It's going to turn into a kink eventually. You're going to start liking it. Yeah, that's right.
Deal with it, monkey. That's not nice, Mara. Do a crikey for me.
Wow. Is that victim
No,
blaming?
don't do crikey on my stream.
Is that victim blaming? Crikey.
Crikey.
No. Bad scribe.
Crikey.
Crikey.
We're gonna have to put scribe in time.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Scribe, we need a charity stream to fund nipple clamps. I agree.
No. I need nipple armor. Thank you, Kenley.
Lady Monkey needs to host that on her own channel. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Lady Monkey. Start your own channel so you can start getting money to abuse Monkey. You'll probably get quite a bit. $1 million donation and she pegs Monkey.
No. Well,
not even for $1 million? Oh,
God.
$1 million.
I would have to think on that a long time.
Really? How about, is a long time like 5 seconds?
Well, on the one hand, it's $1 million.
For $1 million?
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's my butt.
SDA, what was it?
I said, would you get pegged for $1 million?
For $1 million?
Yeah.
Probably. It depends on who was doing it. I mean, if they say it was like, oh, here comes Ron Jeremy's going to peg you for $1 million. Like, no. It's either a sexy woman or not at all.
How long?
How long? Just one thrust. That's it.
For $1 million, yeah, we can do that.
For $1 million, yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
You know what I was just thinking?
Carrot, you are really starting to creep me out. Honestly, I'm a pretty kinky guy, but you're starting to creep me out, Carrot.
He wants you to choke him until he passes out and then rape him?
Is it a him? I don't even know still.
Mara, pegging is a dude getting it in the ass.
Yeah, strap on or, well, any object that will otherwise penetrate.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay. All right, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Monkey, you do it, because I suck at it.
Okay, 1 second. Let me finish on Now, let's do this properly.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you so much for coming. SDA, Scribe, a pleasure as always. Your life makes me sad. See you next time, guys.
Bye.